Have you ever woke up and wondered what was wrong with you? You knew you wanted to be elsewhere, that there was more to life than the life you were living, more than the bills you were paying, the job you were keeping. Look to the horizon, to the sunsets. Your answer is there. Put your feet on the ground and take a deep breath and step into the nomadic lifestyle. You will not regret it. Hi everybody, welcome to Tami's Nomadic RV Life. Yep, the subjects here sometimes vary, and today is going to be one of those days. I have been asked by some of my viewers, I probably have 100 to 200 here, that follow my narcissistic videos. So I'm going to pre-warn you guys ahead of time. These videos have to do with this video has to do with narcissism, and it has to do with the subject of mirroring. So if you're not interested, you probably want to leave now. If you are interested, go grab your coffee and meet me back here. By now you guys know what my big surprise is, and I'm so excited. That surprise happens right now as I video this in one day. So I've been preparing and getting ready for that surprise. You'll see what it is, but also know that I'll be doing a video on canning homemade meat, all meat chili. You guys, it is an amazing recipe. It's so simple, and I can my beans separate. So if I want chili that's all meat, then I can have that. You can use it on hot dogs, hamburgers, french fries. It's delicious, so easy. And you can mix it with a jar of your own homemade beans. It's up to you. But anyway, this is a really deep subject, so for those of you who are not interested, have a good day. I'll see you in the next video. For those who are interested, go grab your coffee and pause this, and I'll see you right back here. Peace out. Hi everybody. So today we're going to do a subject that I've been asked to do a long time ago, and you guys, it took me so long to get there. Instead of making my 30-second or 15-second intro, if you want to go get your coffee or whatever it is you want to drink, Diet Dr. Pepper, pause this video and go get it, because today we're going to talk about narcissism, and we're going to talk about mirroring. So pause it and go get it and rush on back here. So when I talk about narcissism, I get really passionate. I had a really bad narc in my life. It was so bad that by the time I got rid of him, and you will eventually get rid of your narc, I had PTSD. I would wake up having nightmares that were so real that I'd be looking in my closet, grabbing a fire extinguisher. It was really bad. And that happened probably. Got over it probably about 6 months before I hit the road as a boondocker. Just saying. So I have a few notes in case I lose track, because this is such a complete subject. Mirroring pretty much covers the realm of narcissism in the way of their personality defect. I personally think they're psychotic, but that's just me. But they are actually an empty soul. They're an empty personality. And when we talk about mirroring, they have to mirror because they have no identity of their own. They never have. They have always, their whole life, mirrored for whatever reasons. They're not quite sure if narcissism is the way you're brought up, it's inherited, or a combination of both. I've known narcissists both that had no narcissism in their family, and they have it, and no abuse. They were just spoiled rotten. And then there are others who suffered abuse from a narcissistic parent. Sometimes there are narcissistic children. Unfortunately, narcissism seems to be rampant. But let's talk about mirroring. On my RV station, way back there, for those who watch my narcissist videos, we talked about love bombing. Love bombing is the first stage of narcissism, and it is the stage where they mirror everything you want. And they are so good at listening and picking up your vibes, and what's important to you, what your dreams and your hopes. And not only that, they thrive on mirroring who you are in life. If you work your butt off, if you've got your own home, your own car, they are always grandiose in having more, or more education, or they make more money. And the fact is, most of them don't even have a job. Just saying. So in the beginning, mirroring is used in love bombing, and it's used to make sure that they can pull you in. It's used to mimic you and mimic your goals in life and your passions. And that's why you think you found your soulmate or Mr. or Mrs. Right, because they're everything you've ever dreamt of. But during the first initial meetings, trust me, you told them that. So in the beginning, mirroring is flattering. It's you know what, it pulls you in. I can't even begin to tell you. You believe every word they say. You're telling your family and your friends about this perfect guy you met, and how your dreams have come true, and you don't know where he was your whole life, and that's who you were waiting for, when the fact is he's nothing more than a hollow shell absorbing your energy, your happiness, and your self-worth. Because when he's done with you, you will have none of those. Absolutely none of them. Because he will suck you dry. And then he'll be off to his next supply. And he probably has her in line before he ever gets to that point with you. Now, mirroring also comes in arguments. And it comes in during the discard. It'll come in during the flying monkey stages. When they're hoovering you, trying to get you back in just to dump you again. And you got to remember, there's always a harem, a narcissistic harem. He's always, or she's always got several other people on the hook waiting to reel them in, unfortunately. And so when they mirror in the beginning, we understand that that's what pulls us in and makes us fall in love with them. But the mirroring at the end is the most destructive. That's where anything that you say to them, they will turn it around and mirror right back at you. Their negative emotions, their hate, their anger, their angst, everything. Everything is turned around and thrown back at you like it's you and not them. And it's because it's like, remember, it'll bounce off me and stick to you is a saying we had when we were kids. You know, that's pretty much what they do. If you tell them, hey, you know what, you were really rough with me yesterday, I didn't like it. Well, you're the one that it's always right back at you. You'll never find them accepting responsibility for anything. And I have to tell you guys, in the beginning, that would be your clue. Because even in the beginning of the relationship, when they're love bombing you, you will find that anybody or anything they talk to, it was never their fault. Ever, ever, ever. They mirror it back at whoever they were with. And so when we hear about their ex and what a bitch she was, or what a psychotic, mess he was, they're reflecting themselves to you. That's what they did. That's not what the mate did. So if you've got a narcissist in your life and he's telling you stories about failures, it's never his fault. It's never her fault. And please know, when I say the word narcissist, I refer to both sexes. So don't send me no emails. But the fact is they're just as vicious. I think female narcissists use sex more so than male. They have no clue how to be intimate, you guys. Their intimacy is mimicked off of you. Your amount of intimacy, they will mirror back at you. If you're not a very intimate person, they won't be a very intimate person. You won't find any discrepancies in the beginning with them in any area. They're perfect. And with that being said, when they talk about marriage and that covenant between two people, they don't know. They have no clue what it is to have a commitment or a covenant with anyone. They mimic you. That's why they're cheating. That's why they cheat. And they will cheat. They will cheat on you, whether it's physically or emotionally. They will cheat on you. It's because they have no idea what a commitment is. They've never been loyal to anybody, including themselves, their whole life. But you won't hear it that way. They're going to mirror and blame the other person for everything they did. So, talking about narcissism is really close to my heart. And I started talking about narcissism a long time ago. And I guess as I healed, I kind of pulled away. But what I didn't realize is there's so many out there who are still affected by it. I know on my RV channel, I probably have 100 easy followers who follow me for the narcissistic videos, and that's one of the people who asked me to do this video. And on Tami with Coffee, I think some have trickled over onto Tami with Coffee, or Coffee with Tami, so that we can start having open discussion about narcissism. You know, guys, I'm sure we've all met a narcissist somewhere in our life, down the road. I mean, it could be in our family, it could be in our friendship circle, it could be anywhere. But be aware, don't let them use you as flying monkeys. And I've got to say, if Mr. or Mrs. Perfect never accepts blame or fault for anything in their life, pretty much believe you've got a narcissist on your hands, because they will always mirror everything back. They mirror the commitment you want. It means as much to them as it does you. And if you think back, you'll see that, my God, it's the same that you told them at some point. And you know, when they hoover you, I know hoover, the vacuum, they suck you back in. They're not going to do that once. Normally, it could be up to hundreds of times. And every time you take them back, it gets worse. They beat you down more, because they see that maybe you're strong enough, you got back up on your feet, and that's their strength is what they want, because they suck you out of you, and that's hoovering. They're sucking the life out of you, literally, not only physically, but emotionally. You guys, it's nothing to mess with, and it's one of the hardest things to get over. And you know what? I'm over it. I can't. I think of that person, and sometimes it nauseates me. I think of that person, and I can't believe that I ever fell for the lies. And I want to tell you what, they are master liars. Master liars, to the point where you don't know ever, even after you broke up with them, and in years down the road, you don't know if they ever told you the truth about anything. And you know what? They didn't. They're master manipulators, they're master liars, they're master readers. They read personalities, body images, they read energies coming from you. And you know what? They'll leave you devastated financially as well. I'm just saying. So anyway, I hope that I covered a lot in this. If you want another video on any certain part of it, let me know. Again, I'm sorry I haven't posted a narcissist video for a very long time. And whenever I was asked to do one about mirroring, I thought, oh my goodness, that is mirroring and narcissism. They go hand in hand. They start out mirroring, and they end up doing the same exact thing, mirroring. Because when they're done absorbing you for all your ideas, your strengths, your values, your wants, then they're going to turn it against you. They're going to use it against you. And anything that they've done to you will be mirrored back as if you've done it to them. And there'll come a time you may think, oh my God, I did that. Every time you take them back, you're going to be thinking, how can I fix this? What did I do wrong? And that's what they want. Don't be discouraged. If you're stuck in a narcissistic relationship right now, and you're one of those people who's gone back time and time and time again, I know, I did it. You will break free. You will break free. But you've got to remember, he's not just doing it to you. He's got a harem. And every one of them women or men are at a certain level in that harem. When you started, you were at the top of that harem, and when you end, you're at the bottom, and he's only using you. He will use you to get to his new supplies, and he will talk about you the way he talked about his ex when he met you, or she. So anyway, I'm thirsty, right? I talked too fast and too long. Anyway, I think I got everything I wanted to say. You know, they do everything to extreme. Everything they do is to the extreme. They're grandiose in their everything. Everything they've ever done, they're grandiose. The best, and they've never made an error. So anyway, I really hope this helped, and I hope this conversation just maybe explaining a little bit for you guys to see me. I went through it. I went through a devastating period. And if you look at my videos on Tami's RV life, yeah, he was vicious. But you know what? I got away from him. And I made it. I have no love for him. No. I work at forgiving him. And I had to work really hard at it. And we have to forgive, because if we don't forgive, it eats us up. It eats us up. It doesn't hurt them a bit. It doesn't hurt them a bit if you're sitting there hurt or angry or mad or pissed off. It doesn't bother them a bit. It hurts you. So the one thing that I can tell you is work at forgiving. That doesn't mean let them back in. Don't be their best friend. Don't be anything to them. But work at forgiving them within yourself. However you have to do that. Because if you don't, they've won. Just saying. Remember to love yourself. Because part of narcissism takes that from you. They take away your self-love, your self-worth, your self-pride. It's all gone. So if you hang on to self-love, the one thing I tell you in every one of my videos, no matter what they're about, you will hang on to a piece of you that will be the strong point when you come out of the mess. And also, pay it forward. You see somebody who's having a bad day, hug them. If somebody makes a comment and they seem down and depressed, lift them up. You guys, I talk about positivity all the time, and I tell you, look at the positive side. And there are negative sides of life. There are times that we have to accept what's going on around us, and we have to prepare. And I expect that to be a part of everyday life. I prepare every day for some time that I might need the stuff. Just saying. So anyway, pay it forward. If it's a hug, a kind word, $1, a bottle of water, whatever is in your heart, whatever the creator, your creator, puts on your heart, pay it forward. It will come back to you. Anyway, have a great weekend. You guys know by now, by the time I post this video, you guys will know what my big surprise is. Oh, I'm so excited. I have 1 day to wait. But by the time you see this, it'll already have happened. I know, I just can't stand it. I could bite myself. I know. Have a great day. Peace out.